dollars so that our children will have the best facilities possible. First of all, I would like to introduce our board members that are here with us tonight to take part in this process. And I would like to note before I say this, Pittsburgh School Board over the course of the last couple of decades has taken a lot of hits. I wasn't here for most of it, so I'm not going to say how many of them were deserved or undeserved. I will say this. They have made more hard and difficult decisions in the 3.5 years that I've been here than any other school board in America. And whether you agree with those decisions or not, they have set the stage for now where we have some fiscal stability in the district. So when we do get money like the stimulus dollars, we will be able to spend that money to further kids' education and to do some very strategic and targeted interventions for kids that aren't learning to the state that we need them to learn, because the board has been willing to make those tough decisions. Our board president, Teresa Calesi, is here. Our two board vice presidents, Mr. Thomas Sumter and Bill Eisler.
Closed in the last couple years here. And this reminds me of my own hometown that I just want to talk about for just a minute. Originally, I was born and raised in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And about 5 or 6 years ago, they went through a school closure process also. And after the schools that were closed, the district decided that what it needed to do is that it needed to reinvest in the facilities that it had. Most of the buildings that you have are aging. A lot of the buildings may have great historical characteristics to them, but a lot of these buildings were built before OPEC, before energy conservation. They were built before the advent of the personal computer. They were built before the American Disabilities Act, and it's time to take a look at a new generation of schools. In my hometown of Grand Rapids, we had the opportunity to work in a similar fashion. And for a long time, there was this attitude that we can't get it done, we can't do anything. And since 2004, when the plan was put together, there's been 11 new schools built in Grand Rapids. And there's been 55 other school improvement projects that have occurred. And it happened because there was a vision and a plan that was created. Now you can look at the demographic changes that have occurred. And in some respects, you're not really any different than a lot of urban communities, like a Grand Rapids, or like a Dayton, Ohio, or a Cleveland, or a Columbus, or a Cincinnati, or a Youngstown, or a Chicago, or even Houston is losing students right now. And in fact, we're even working on the plan in Las Vegas, and we're starting to see the enrollment leveling off there. Troy and I have been working in Long Beach, California, and they've just lost about 10,000 students. So what you're experiencing is a demographic shift that's going on in this country. We've had the baby boom generation, the echo boom generation, and for about 10 years we've had lower numbers, smaller family sizes that have occurred. So what I want to say to you is that this enrollment issue is a big issue. The building conditions are going to be a big part of this. The educational program is going to be a big part of this. You can see on the pages in your reports, there's a whole series of schools. And when we have the second round of community dialogues on the 12th and 13th of May, they're going to be done by area in the school district. And there's going to be plans or options or scenarios developed for each area of the school system. And where we're starting tonight is the steering committee has put together a questionnaire. And this is where we're starting tonight.